Well, here it is, the HTC One X. Finished my unboxing video. You guys took a look at that. If you haven't, go ahead and take a peek at the unboxing video. If you have already, here's the other video I promised, some first impressions on the HTC One X. Let's go ahead and take a look at the phone. Before I get any further, though, I just wanted to let you know this is not a review. This is a first impressions. These are just my initial thoughts as I start using the phone. I've only been using it for a couple of days, and I probably won't do a review until I've been using the phone for at least a couple of weeks. I have yet to use it as my daily driver. I'm still using my Galaxy Nexus as my daily phone. However, this phone I have been carrying around as a secondary line. And I've been playing with it a little bit, been testing out some of the features here and there. So just kind of taking a look around the phone. The polycarbonate casing is gorgeous. I love this, the way it feels, the sort of matte finish on the back, the glossy finish on the sides there. So you got your volume rocker here on the side. You got your power and lock-unlock switch up here at the top, which is a little bit of a point of contention for me. The phone size, it is a 4.7-inch screen, so that the phone is a sizable phone. I like the size, however, I don't like the fact that the lock switch is up here on top. It does make it a little bit of a chore to unlock the phone and then unlock the phone. Now, that said, not a huge deal for me. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so it is a little bit of a pain. I kind of wish that it were designed a little bit more like, for example, the Galaxy Nexus, which Samsung got it right by putting that lock switch here on the side, making it a whole lot easier to lock and unlock your phone. But I digress. Let's see, you got the microphone down here at the bottom. You've got your capacitive hardware keys. They are not software keys, even though this is using Ice Cream Sandwich. They are hardware buttons. I don't hate that. What I do hate is the fact that not all apps have yet been upgraded to Ice Cream Sandwich's form factor or user interface, so you'll have a lot of apps where the menu button shows up as a black bar across the bottom, effectively taking away a good portion of the screen's real estate. But in any case, taking a look around the phone a little bit more, you'll see here the micro-drilled speaker holes that are there. I really like that. I think that it's a beautifully designed feature there, and you'll notice it as well on the back with the speaker here. Obviously beats audio support. Let's see here, the 5 docking pins right here. I like the way that looks. Even the 5 docking pins almost look like as if they're part of the design. Overall, it's a nice phone to hold. Not quite as comfortable as the Galaxy Nexus, though. If you'll notice, it does have this sort of kind of a harsh edge here on the side, so it doesn't fall terribly comfortably in your hand. It's comfortable, but not quite as comfortable as the Galaxy Nexus, which, as you can see here, has a much more curved edge along the sides here, so that does fit a little bit more comfortably in your hand. The edge is reminiscent of the iPhone, which has a harsher edge, as you can see, but because the iPhone is a lot smaller, it's not as uncomfortable to hold as the One X. Now, that's not to say that the One X is an uncomfortable phone. It's just not quite as comfortable as either of those two other phones. Let's see, continuing to move around the phone, we've got the charging port right here, micro USB, MHL, here on the side. Another point of contention that I have with that, it's I really think that these charging ports should be down here at the bottom, like on the Galaxy Nexus and on the iPhone. When you've got it plugged in and charging and you're holding it to your ear, it is kind of a pain to have that cord sticking out of the side there. I think it's much more natural to have it kind of falling out of the bottom of the phone, but again, I digress. Not a huge issue, not a deal breaker, unless that's, again, matter of personal preference. And if that's an issue for you, then obviously steer clear of the phone. Don't get a phone that has certain features that would be disagreeable to you. For instance, that kind of a thing. If that's annoying, if that's really annoying for you, steer clear of the phone. One of the major complaints about the HTC One X, the One S, the iPhone, is that they are a unibody design, which means that there's no removable battery. If that's a huge thing for you, steer clear of the phone. It's not going to be for you. I don't think it detracts from the phone. Like as you can see here, the Galaxy Nexus does have a removable battery. I don't think that detracts from the phone at all. I think the 1800 milliamp hour battery that's inside the phone does a good job. It's not the best battery life I've seen on a phone, but it's not the worst at all. As you can see, in fact, I'm going to pull it up and show you. I have been running off the charger for a while now. Let's see, battery use. So I've been going for, here I've got 20 hours, 17 minutes on the battery, and I still have 9% left. So again, it's a matter of personal preference. I'm not that much of a power user. I also had it off the charger overnight, so one thing I will say, this phone handles standby really well. When the screen is off, it barely uses any battery. Unlike the Galaxy Nexus, that does use battery even when in standby mode. It does use a decent amount of battery. So that's probably contributed to the fact that it's been able to last 20 hours. I had it charging for a few hours during the day, took it off the charger around 9:30 last night, was playing with the phone for a bit, and then put it in standby for the duration of the night, and it's lasted me all the way through the day. But of course, I haven't been using it as my daily phone, as my primary phone. So, all right, let's go into the phone itself a little bit here. One thing I do like is the way that the phone unlocks. I like this whole, pull on the ring and unlock the phone that way. I like the fact that you can have shortcuts down here along the bottom. And let's say, I open my phone. The first thing I want to do, I want to quickly check on my text messages. I can pull the text message icon into the ring, and there you go. Same thing with the camera. The camera is super fast too, by the way. Let me go ahead and take a detour into the camera. So we can grab the camera, pull it into the ring. It loads up and snap a shot. That's how quick the camera is on this phone. Cool features about the camera. Probably have already seen this going around, but anyway, I'll go ahead and show you. You've got burst mode here, so you can take a whole bunch of pictures, decide which one is your best picture and save it, and then it'll delete all the rest. So hey, that's my best shot. I'm going to save that one, get rid of the rest. Another cool feature would be the ability to record video and snap off some shots while recording video. So also very cool. So those are just a few really neat features of the camera. The sensor itself is great, 8 megapixel camera, LED flash on the side, so you can see right there. The camera does stick out of the phone a little bit, a little more than I thought when I was looking at pictures of the phone before I got it. It does stick out quite a bit. A little bit annoying, but not terrible. So that's that about the camera. Let me talk quickly about the screen itself. I like the screen a lot. I think it's the best screen that I've seen on any smartphone. So let's go ahead and compare it with, let's say, the Galaxy Nexus here. So as you can see, it is it's a much bigger display. Even though the Galaxy Nexus is only slightly smaller at 4.65 inches in comparison to the One X is 4.7 inches. However, the Galaxy Nexus does not always use up all that screen real estate. As you can see here, some of it is taken up by the notification bar on the top, while the One X has a translucent notification bar, so you can see the background behind it. And then some of it's also taken up by the software keys down at the bottom. As opposed to having some hardware keys like on the One X that stay out of the screen's real estate. It's not a big deal. The Galaxy Nexus still uses the full 720 by 1280 on the screen when watching videos. Of course, videos play back in 720p on both the One X and on the Galaxy Nexus. However, things just look a little bit more vibrant on the One X than on the Galaxy Nexus. In my opinion, it appears like the pixel density is a little bit higher on the One X, although I didn't do the research on that, so I'm not 100% sure if the pixel density is actually higher or if it just appears to be higher. The One X is sporting Super LCD 2 screen as opposed to the Galaxy Nexus's Super AMOLED screen, and it's not Super AMOLED Plus, it's just Super AMOLED. You know, on an AMOLED screen, you're going to see deeper blacks. You're not going to see that as much on the Super LCD 2. However, for some reason, the colors just look a little bit more vibrant on the One X than they do on the Galaxy Nexus. And then we can compare it as well to the iPhone. Again, colors seem a little bit more washed out on the iPhone than on the One X. Just seems a little bit more vibrant. The One X does have a lower pixel density than the iPhone, although it does have a higher pixel count at 1280 by 720 versus the iPhone's, I don't even remember, what was it, 940 by 680 or something like that. In any case, the iPhone does have a higher pixel density, but it's not really that noticeable. The One X's pixel density is high enough that it really does approach Retina display quality. So, yeah, those are just a few thoughts on the screen. Now, as far as the OS is concerned, it's sporting Android 4.4.3, which is almost the latest build of Android 4.0. My Galaxy Nexus here, I'm running CyanogenMod on it, but it's running 4.0.4. So there are a few little things in those stock builds that are slightly different. Now, on the One X, of course, you've got HTC Sense overlaid on top of Android 4.0. This is Sense version 4, so it is lighter than previous versions of HTC Sense. However, it's still there, and it's still heavy throughout the operating system. I'll say a couple things really quickly off the bat. Sense is not for everyone. Now, I had not used Sense until getting the One X, and frankly, I don't hate it. It's not the best. I still prefer the stock Android ice cream sandwich experience, but I don't think it's terrible. There are a couple things that annoy me, like these transitions between the home screens. It's a little bit annoying. You know, some things like the noticeable stutter when you open up a folder. That's not a lag. That's actually a stutter that's embedded in the UI. It's done on purpose. But as you can see, when I hit them both at the same time, the Galaxy Nexus is considerably faster. But that's because the HTC Sense does have a little bit of a stutter there. Other than that, were there other features that I wanted to talk about today? I don't think so. I might go into a few more features in later videos just to show you some cool stuff. Nothing else really to talk about. I like the phone a lot. In just my first couple of days of using it, I think it's a fantastic phone. Everything about it's great. I can't really say that's really an official review of the phone, but I will say my first impressions of the phone are that I want to make it my daily driver. In fact, I plan to do so very soon. So there you have it. Those are just my first impressions of the HTC One X. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble here at the end of the video. I know I'm getting a little bit verbose, but hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll put out some more stuff just showing you some other features and whatnot of the phone. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace.